Good morning.
Oh yeah, do people know we're in the same place today?
We are in the same place today. So this is actually a couple things, couple programming notes. We are at my parents' house in Ridgewood, New Jersey. There's cleaning people here because my mom is having a birthday party for me later, so she got some cleaning people.
You sounded like an 8-year-old.
I know, and you might hear some vacuuming later on. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but this is actually my birthday show. Is the last show we're going to have before our week-long vacation.
Before July 5th, because we're not going to do one on July 4th.
Yeah. So this will be the last show before July 5th, which will be, what is this? You're not even going to see the hat. The thing is too close.
I got them at the dollar store. They were $3.
So you got them at the $3 store. That was like this mouse that I bought. It's an LED. Here, let's plug this in so people can see it. It's an LED, like, or whatever, RGB. Can you plug that in the side? I went to Five Below because my mouse actually broke. I think the combination of the champagne that got poured on it when we launched our show and then the heat in Point Pleasant kind of toasted it. So this thing, which, listen, it's cool. It's got some lights on it. You can not program the lights, but you can dim them. Apparently for gamers, it's got a bunch of buttons that the gamers, need these days. I don't know why, but there's a bunch of buttons on here. At Five Below, $10, which is literally double. Oh God!
Happy birthday!
Thanks. What are you gonna do with the rest of these?
Maybe for your party later.
Okay.
And that's just more garbage for the environment. That was a bad idea. And your favorite.
Ooh, thank you. Got some gummy bears. So yes, this is the last show before our vacation. But next week, while we are on vacation, there will still be morning show podcast. So the morning show podcast is not taking a break until July 4th. That's the only day we won't be doing that. But
oh, there's the camera.
What?
I was looking in here.
Oh, but you can hang out with us today. Obviously, you can hang out with us on YouTube if you want to catch up on some things, and of course, the morning show podcast.
Yeah.
I love gummy bears. You want one?
I couldn't think of what other candy you liked while I was there. I was rushing, and I was like, I wouldn't even know what candy to get him. Like, what would you even get me if you were in the candy aisle?
Oh, I don't know, because you're allergic to peanut butter, even though that's your favorite stuff.
I haven't had peanut butter for years.
I don't know. What would I would get gummy bears are definitely good. Twizzlers pull and peel. Just superior.
I didn't see him, but
Twizzlers pull and peel is a good one. And these are just gummy bears. They're the Albanese. Is that the company?
Albanese.
Albanese?
That's my wait, what side of the family is that?
Oh, this is not going to be something that matters at all, is it? I thought this was going to be like a fun story.
It's my grandma's maiden name.
Albanese. Did she make the gummy bears?
Albanese, and I think that's our family.
They made the gummy bears?
I'll ask my mom.
Mm-hmm. She's going to say you made the gummy bears.
Yeah. We didn't make the gummy bears. Wait, what's from 6?
So, what candy would you want?
You're going to make fun of me, but just a Hershey's bar. You can put almond. You can get the one with almonds. Do you know that I've been doing that lately? Every time I go grocery shopping, I get myself a chocolate bar, and then I throw out the wrapper as soon as I can.
Why?
I'm like, he's going to make fun of me and be like, seriously, what are you doing?
I'm not going to make fun of you.
Albany. Yeah, that's the girl's name, the friend's name in Schitt's Creek. Albany.
Someone must have gifted 1,000 bits or something that just came through.
Megan, thank you. Oh, happy birthday to Anthony and my boyfriend Jesse. Happy anniversary to my sister and happy vacation. Do we have
3
shots?
birthdays. We don't have shots yet. Have we hit a hype train?
Is there something fun?
It says a hype train is close, but this doesn't make sense because like 1,000.
Something's been going on lately.
1,000 bits would definitely get a hype train going. And then we had, I think Jen and or Lisa, both of them, gifted 5 subs as well. So it doesn't make sense that the hype train's not kicking off. Maybe it just needs to like, I don't know, maybe my Wi-Fi is just crappy enough where it's not recognizing things right away. Because the other day when this happened, it just went from like 0 to 5 in a second.
Well, I will get off the Wi-Fi.
Am I on the Wi-Fi? So thank you to everyone who has gifted so far. Let's see, actually.
Cardi, yeah, it's like a treat for going to the grocery store. She said, I buy myself a Hershey's bar with almonds every time I go to the grocery store. I wish that it was, I wish there was a in-between size between the little, ones you get.
I've always said that. There's always, a fun size, right? There's, the trick-or-treat size. Oh, see now, yeah, it went from 0 to level 4. Thank you very much to everyone who got us to Hype Train level 4. Appreciate that.
Okay, when we get to Hype Train level 4, or before, are you going to read
5.
my message?
Oh,
5.
I'll read it now.
Okay. And we got to talk about this Disney trip. You know what's weird is like I feel like people wear birthday hats here, but I go back. And I
Refreshing. Let's see if this
and
thing comes
it's
up.
in front of my ear, the string.
Okay. Carla Marie mentioned you in a reel. Happiest of birthdays to my best friend, biggest supporter, and favorite human. I don't know where I'd be without your constant, we're going to be fine. Every time I freak out. I love almost everything about you. Happy birthday, Tones. Pretty
Cute,
good.
right?
That was all right.
I had to throw a dig in there because you made fun of me on my birthday.
What did I say? What did I
Or
say?
2 months after my birthday.
What did I say?
About my computer.
Oh, yeah.
My electronics next to the sink.
All right, let's see. We're almost at Hype Train level 5, so that is a good sign. You know what's going to be cool? I think once we get to Hype Train level 5, and we have 5 minutes or 4.5 minutes to get there, essentially, we'll take a shot, and right after the shot, our breakfast order will show up with a very typical. Well, you don't have a typical New Jersey breakfast. You're kind of a weirdo. I have a very typical New Jersey breakfast.
Yeah.
And then we'll get this thing going.
I just get Taylor ham and cheese. I don't get egg on mine. I don't know why. I probably should have because I could use the protein, I think. Oh.
What?
I knew I was going to forget it.
Protein?
Yeah.
What was...
my sister has a bunch of left over, so I was going to give it to you for your birthday. They're individual of the Chips Ahoy Ghost shakes.
Oh, really?
And she hates them. She wanted me to bring you 15 bottles.
There's a lot of stuff from... Oh, they're like actually pre-made bottles?
If you like them, I'll bring them.
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna... When am I going to have them?
Or you can pack them.
I'm not packing protein
You can
bottles. I don't have
crush
space.
protein every morning for Disney.
I mean, I do have some protein like packets that I can bring with me, but I don't have a bottle. Anyway, what are you doing there?
There's a staple. Oh, it probably came out of the hat.
So...
Oh, the bag.
I do like a lot of the things that Ghost makes, the company. They make about a bunch of like pre-workouts and protein shakes. But I do not like the Chips Ahoy. The flavor itself is good, but it has actual chocolate chips in there. And it's like a weird, I don't want to drink chocolate chips.
I wonder if the drink does.
I mean, bring one later and I'll try it out. Protein before Disney, good idea, says Sammy Disneyland. I was talking to a friend of mine. And I was like, I got to make sure I'm hydrating the next couple days because once you get into the heat, it's like almost too late. Obviously, you want to keep hydrating, but it's all about hydrating before you get there. Kind of like when you're gearing up for like a long run or something. You want to hydrate all week long because you can't really make up all of it in a day.
Oh.
What was that?
We're there.
What?
Hype train.
Oh, okay. So you can hit the button. Actually, no, we don't have the shots yet. Hold on. Oh, God.
Oh my God, my biggest fear is getting whipped with one. Why does everything on my body look crooked? Right? Like, are we crooked?
I mean, the camera very well might be crooked. I'm not sure. Listen, the setup we got here is not a normal setup.
I actually packed 2 different pairs of sneakers for Disney because what I've learned in the past is when you wear sneakers for that long and like then you put them on the next day, it like hurts in certain spots. So if you switch up your sneakers, if you switch them up, it's better. I will be wearing like bike shorts around the whole place. I thought about going jean shorts, but I mean, who am I? What am I, crazy? But we are off to a not so good start. I need to just check in with the family tax situation. Nothing yet. And I will explain when Anthony's back here. Oh, is that your brother?
Not my brother. Oh, no. That's your car.
What an idiot.
I was like, there's a car with an Italian sticker on the back. What the hell's going on here? Do you want...
Oh, wow. Look at all these things.
We have some tequila from Casamigos.
Yes. It's your birthday. You pick.
We have some Evan Williams honey, which was pretty easy to drink the other day.
No. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Tequila.
We have some Arabic haddock. Have you had this?
No, we're going to have... That looks like it's from Vikings.
So this is the stuff, I think I drank it one day on the show where when you put water in it, it turns white. Can everyone hear me?
I don't know. I hear you.
So this is the stuff, it's like an Arabic liquor where when you put water in it, it turns white, like a milky white. You want to try it?
I guess.
Okay.
Dave C84 with 1,000 subs. Thank you.
1,000 subs?
Not 1,000, but close.
Or 1,000 bits.
No, a lot of
Oh,
subs.
wow, thank you.
Martha said her son just saw what shirt you were wearing, Anthony, and he ran to get his and said twins.
Nice.
Yeah, they modeled for us, and they are the freaking cutest. I'm going to put a reel together of all the kid It broke. Can you be in the shot?
I'm trying to make.
I am emailing Anthony some photos that he has to put on the screen.
Okay, we're not gonna. So the cap broke.
I can use my mouth.
No, you're not gonna do that.
Okay. Oh, Martha, thank you. She told me it's a licorice flavor. Moving on to a new kind.
So tequila or
Tequila.
tequila for Carla Marie, whiskey for me.
Jordan and Puyallup said, my friend wore these horrible plain shoes to Disney, and by the third day, her husband had to get her a wheelchair because she could not walk. Her comment was, but the shoes were cute. Told her if she ever goes with us, I'm in charge of your shoe selection.
Yeah, that's. You gotta go.
Oh,
you
Tones,
gotta.
look at the date on that.
Oh, it didn't update. Hold on.
That's not even the right list.
No, here we go. Sorry about that. Let's
Becky
see.
from Miami, thank you.
Thank you very much.
28 new subs. Ooh. To that, I say.
There we go. List is updated. Thank you very much. All right, Carla Marie, you're drinking tequila.
Ooh.
Yeah, for Disney, like, yes, I know you want to take cute Instagram pictures and stuff, but like, you got to be built for comfort.
No, I'm wearing You Look Great tank tops the entire time.
I'm also doing that.
Yeah, we got to sell that merch, dude.
Slang that merch.
I'm going to be like, hey, everybody, scan my QR code. Oh, I wonder if I put it on the screen.
That's not going to work because there's like lighting issues.
Oh, there's the camera. I got a little thing.
All right. Shots are ready to go.
Wait, what? Jordan Puyallup played a game on the radio yesterday?
Cool.
Which radio? Don't tell me it was the homophonic game on Elvis's show because I was listening to that but had to get out of the car.
The what game?
They played a game. It was hilarious. Nate ended up having to give away his own money.
Okay.
So Nate got to pick the game.
Okay.
And the game was call in and spell the word Nate is saying. But it was a homophone. So if he was like, read, and it could be reading book or like a reed that's inside of an instrument.
Yeah.
And the listener would spell it and he would be like, nope, wrong. And Elvis was like, you have to use it in a sentence, but he wasn't. And it was just like every time he would get it wrong. Oh, on Star 101.5. How cool.
Oh, they're awesome. Was it? It's the they do some. It's called Dirty Pop, I think, is one of their
That's
games.
cool.
It's like pop second quiz. All right, or a 30-second quiz about pop culture. All right, cheers, Carla Marie. Cheers to everyone
guys.
out there.
Happy
You can hit
birthday,
the red button if
Anthony.
you want.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, gummy bear?
No, more.
Just take one.
Is that a lime one?
I don't know. It was green.
How come there's no reds?
Because I'm keeping the reds for myself. Here's some whites. What? All right.
I loved Nate's game. I was cracking up. Clearly, the point was not that people were going to win.
Mm-hmm. But
Sorry.
are you okay?
No.
Just drink some water. Just gonna wait here.
Happy birthday, Tones.
Thank you. I love seeing all the Anthony Head emotes in there. Z from NYC thrown in about 50.
Oh, that's awesome. She said, thanks to you. Jordan said, thanks to you two, I started listening to Moog and Angie, but not when you're on. Thank you.
And you know what? It's all good.
Can you?
No, they're really cool.
I emailed you 2 photos.
Okay. Where'd you email them to?
Not that one.
This one or
Nope.
this?
Nope.
Oh, then I have to add it here.
Okay.
Send it to the Hello account. You can always email us, hello@carlamarineanthony.com. My computer had to be like restarted and it logged out of a bunch of my email addresses.
And then I will talk about the chaos we are dealing with right now with the family trip.
Are we not going anymore?
No, you and I are.
Oh, okay. Sounds like an upgrade. I'm kidding. Well, kind of, but I'm kidding.
Okay. So Anthony and I are on a separate flight reservation for this family trip to Disney. everyone else, there's 8 other people are on one reservation.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My brother,
That's a lot of people.
my sister-in-law, my niece, nephew,
Yeah.
Ashley, Sal,
Who else?
and then my sister-in-law's niece and nephew.
Oh, right. There's more people.
Sorry, nephew and wife.
Okay. So there's going to be 10 of us on this trip.
Yeah.
Whew. That's a lot of peeps.
I haven't vacationed with that many people.
Ever.
No, I have ever. I sent it to your other one.
To my regular one? There we go.
Okay, so what was I gonna say? Oh, Ashley went to check in today for the group, and she's like, "It's only letting me check you in." And I'm like, "Well, that's weird." And they got this error message for the group check-in that said, "We're unable to complete the check-in process as your reservation has not yet been ticketed, or you are holding a paper ticket. Please contact United, blah blah, or proceed to the airport." So they don't have paper tickets. My sister called, and at first they were like, "You don't have seats." And my brother booked us all in first class. So we have seats. I saw them, like, I can see the seats. It says who's where. And then they're like, no, wait. We do see the seats. You're all good. But we can't do anything about this right now. Call back in 2 hours. So I tweeted them, and I was like, and then there's a lot of people like, just call the number it says. I was like, listen there, bucko.
Everyone on the internet's an expert.
Yep.
Everyone on the internet.
So that's where we're at right now. They are not checked in. Anthony and I are fully checked in, picked out our meals and everything. Did you know I picked out your meal?
I didn't. Why would I? How would I know that? You didn't tell me.
Well, it was okay. Let's see. It was either a scrambled egg and peppers thing or a Belgian waffle. What did I pick
Scrambled eggs.
for you?
Yeah.
Nope, I picked waffles. Is
Okay.
that bad?
No.
You can ask.
I just feel like a Belgian waffle, like with ice cream.
for breakfast. No, for with syrup. A waffle.
I thought Belgian waffles have ice cream on them.
You can get ice cream.
Isn't that how they work? No.
What?
I thought all Belgian waffles had
No,
ice cream.
remember we were at the breakfast place and you could order it?
Oh, what do you know? Learn something new every day. All right, I'll take one though. All right, they're not going to be
But
like the cutest pictures on here in
Oh.
terms of like how they're.
First time chatter, Il Capo Giaco said, "Hey, I love you."
Oh, cool. Thank you. Okay,
It's a Belgium waffle. Right.
Belgian.
No, I think it said Belgium. We're flying United, and Lisa said, "What airline are you flying?" Newark and United are having so many issues. We are. It's out of Newark, but Anthony and I are checked in, so I don't like. It's not like the flight doesn't exist. Though when I checked you in, it was like, "Would you like to switch to a different flight for monies?"
Maybe.
I know. Ashley was like, "Do not do that.
Yeah.
Billy will kill you."
All right, you ready for this picture, Carlimer? So this is the first one we're putting on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Well, okay. So, why did that happen?
Well, it's just where I wasn't going to sit here and manipulate it and make it perfect.
Okay. So
Too much time.
my shade malfunctioned and broke yesterday. They're on very thin strings and they're automatic, so I don't know.
Aren't we all?
It could have been a cat. I don't know what happened, but my cat sitter said at 6:30 a.m. she heard a crash and came running downstairs, and that's what she saw.
Okay.
Now that's my living room, and right there is the sidewalk. So we needed to fix this. So this is what's going on. Of course, this happens when I'm not home. My dad already ordered me a new shade because he's my shade guy, and
Is he a shady guy?
shout out to Seattle Cocktail Club, where my cat sitter Steph works. They went to the house last night and put up a makeshift shade, and Anthony has a photo of what that looks like.
Bang.
And it says custom shades by Seattle Cocktail Club.
Nice. They do a good job.
They do. I did text this morning and was like, you are gonna have to roll up that bottom a bit because they will eat it.
I mean, that thing is going to fall down at some point with the cats.
Because they need to see outside at all times.
So
I
that's
don't mind if
that's the
it's
big
down.
thing in the Marie house.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? And it's funny because every time she stays there to watch them, something like this goes wrong. She also said there's an animal definitely stealing all of my strawberries off my strawberry plant.
So can you build like a cage around
we
the
have to build a
strawberries?
cage around it, but I think at this point, I don't know.
Let's see. D in Palm Beach, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that very, very much, obviously.
Desiree said, my best friend works at Delta out of SeaTac, and she's been telling me how crazy flights have been, and somehow the website is letting the flights be overbooked.
Well, I think part of that from the airline perspective is probably like people are still canceling flights if they end up testing positive for COVID. So they want more people booked on a flight than not.
Yeah.
And this is the crappy part is they're trying to make up for almost 2 years of less than full flights.
Yeah.
So now they want to make sure every single flight is booked to the brim or full to the brim, filled to the brim. And that's what we're dealing with. And I talked about this in the morning show podcast on Monday or Tuesday, actually, how Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg had a meeting with all of like the big airline executives. And in the funniest twist of fate or irony, his flight got canceled. The flight that he was on from DC to New York after this meeting with all of the executives and how they're going to like fix the issue got canceled. And he ended up driving he rented a car and
That's
went
crazy.
up there.
Eats and Tweets knows what's up. She said, traditionally, flights are allowed to be overbooked based on historical no-shows, for sure, which is crazy. Like, who books a flight and doesn't show up?
I mean, I've missed one or two.
Yeah, but
And it costs a lot to fly those birds.
it's true. It is 100% true. But we'll see what happens with this trip.
But it is interesting. Apparently,
That's true. Did you miss a flight out of Vegas? No, New Orleans.
I missed a flight out of New Orleans. I missed a flight out of Vegas. I missed a flight out of Newark a couple times, the same flight. And then I missed a flight. I think I missed one flight out of Seattle.
Because each tweet said, for instance, first flight of the morning out of Vegas on a Sunday morning always has a ton of no-shows.
And actually, the flight out of Seattle that I technically missed ended up being a blessing in disguise. And if you remember this story, I apologize for telling it again. But
Was it both of us?
we both missed the flight because they closed down part of
The highway.
I-5. And when that happened, I mean, we left with plenty of time to make it to the airport, but because they closed down, traffic was crazy. It took almost 2 hours for a 30-minute drive. So we missed our flight, and we got there. Basically, we would have been, if we made it to the flight, it would have been by like a minute.
Yeah,
So
but we had to
went
check bags, so it was too late.
Yeah, we went directly to the baggage people. They switched our flight for us, and by chance, about 20 minutes later, that flight got canceled.
Like when we were at the booking counter, and she was like, "Oh, we got the alert. Sorry, that our flight got canceled while she was rebooking us," which means the agent rebooked us as everyone in our flight was about to rebook, and we were able to get on. We got the last 2 seats on the next 2 flights.
Yeah, so Carla Marie was able to get one flight like that same day. I got a flight the next day. But if that didn't work out as perfectly as it did, we wouldn't have flown back to New Jersey for probably 4 days.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's how
that
insane it
was
was.
my sister's wedding week.
Yeah, so we definitely lucked out in that specific situation.
That was one of those moments where everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It was real.
Let's see.
It's me, Meech, said, I was just talking to a Spirit employee on my flight this week, and she was saying they overbooked by 12 seats because they know a specific percent will no-show. If everyone shows, they offer voucher incentives. If nobody takes that, they boot people by check-in time. She said to always check in early.
I wonder if that's a Spirit Airlines thing, like if that's how they choose, or if everyone does it. Like, hey, you just checked in. Get out of here.
Yeah, because like Alaska's not going to kick me off because I'm MVP Gold.
Who knows? They probably do give priority to their priority members.
Mandarin Rose said, my flight attendant friend sent to drive if you're going somewhere that would take less than 7 hours because overbooking and cancellation are so bad.
If it takes less than 7 hours, she's saying. I do think if it's less than 4 hours, I'm probably going to drive. Like Portland, I would never fly to Portland. It's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, by the time we get to the airport, check in.
And that's like, people are like, yeah, but it's like a 40-minute flight. It's like, yeah, but
I got to drive to SeaTac.
Exactly. You got to drive there. You got to make sure you're
Pay
there
for an Uber.
at least 45 minutes early, unless you're checking bags. Then it's an hour early. Yeah, the getting there, waiting at the airport, taxiing, all of that stuff. At some point, even a short flight takes 2 hours, right? So if it's a 3-hour flight, I may as well just drive and have the comfort of my own car, the freedom, all of that stuff.
Yeah. We are getting some questions about merch. I saw someone ask something about dimensions, and can you put that back in here? Because I don't know who it was or where
Dimensions?
it was. Of like t-shirt, they're this size, inches. Okay, they know who it was. Shanna did say, I have a question about your apparel line. Do the brand of your t-shirts fit the same, bigger or smaller than the Gildan shirts? I would say, so the Gildan shirt, like it's not Gildan, but it's similar to Gildan. This, and you are a size.
I'm wearing a large right now.
And you also wear a large in
most of
Bella
my
and
t-shirts
Canvas.
now are large. Yeah.
I'm talking about ours, Bella and Canvas.
Yeah.
they fit differently, but I would still say you're likely the same size in all of them, if that makes sense. The Bella and Canvas, so like in our collection, it's like the summer colors. Those are going to be looser fitting than these.
And a thinner material too.
Because these are like your regular cotton t-shirts, the tie-dye ones. So I hope that helps, Shanna. If it doesn't.
Jordan in Puyallup said, I flew to Portland, and Puyallup, if you're not familiar, is in Washington, so she probably have to go to SeaTac. She said, I flew to Portland in April, but work paid for it. Very strange. And especially if you're in Puyallup already, because I feel like Puyallup to Portland is only like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because you're so far south of Seattle at that point. And I did actually fly one time from Portland to Seattle. And that was because around the holidays this year, our flights back to Seattle from New Jersey were insane. We were supposed to fly direct, then we got rebooked to LA, then to Seattle. My flight ended up getting canceled again, so I had to go Newark, New Jersey to LA. Then my cousin drove me to Orange County, then Orange County to Portland, and then Portland to Seattle. And that Portland to Seattle flight is kind of wild. Like, they come through once.
Yeah, they do?
They do. They give you have like one chance, one shot, one opportunity, mom spaghetti. And then that's it. And by the time you reach cruising altitude or whatever they say, like, bing, we've reached 36,000 feet or whatever, you're on your way down. Yeah. It's a slingshot. It really is a slingshot.
UK Frog said, for the t-shirt, I'm 36 inches. Wait, what? Where? Chest. I'm a 36 chest. Am I small or medium? I'm off to Pride in Spain in September. I want a t-shirt, but not sure of the sizing. So I know Claire is talking to you. We don't ship to Spain, but we can get in touch with a way to make that happen. However,
we wouldn't have to ship to Spain. We'd have to ship to the UK. He's going to Spain.
Sorry, UK.
Right?
I don't know boys' sizes.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea what.
Well, let's get a measuring tape and measure yours.
Mom, is there a measuring tape around here? Apparently there is.
Your
My
hat's
mom just
not
got
on.
here.
Your hat's not on.
You can't see the hat. I'm too close to the top of the screen. Okay, I'll put the hat on. Thanks, Mom.
Which ones are Gildan? The tie-dye.
Yeah.
But they're not actually Gildan, but they're similar to Gildan. I feel like it says that, but maybe not. Sorry. I'm on the site right now.
Didn't you say that apparently like everyone from Orange Theory now is buying a shirt or something? You told me that.
Orange Theory, East Rutherford, they're all buying shirts.
Literally everyone.
They were all like, they were ordering yesterday. It was crazy. They're like, oh, someone's like, what is your store? What's that store? And I was like, what? They're like, the store where the shirt where Risa ordered.
So did you see that they ordered?
Yes.
And did they? Thank you, Mom.
You guys need hats.
They don't need hats. They're not even on camera. You saw that they actually all did order? Did you check
I only
them?
saw one, but the other girl was on the website.
So they could have been lying.
They could have been, but they brought it up on their own.
So what am I supposed to measure here?
Your chest? I don't know.
But he's saying smaller or medium. So me measuring myself doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm confused by the size chart.
How do you measure your chest? Is it just like a nipple to a nipple?
No, it's around.
Around? That's not just my chest, though. That's also my back.
I guess you've never been to Victoria's Secret to get a bra before.
But that's not just my chest. I'm very confused.
You literally can't walk in that store without them.
Okay, well, that's not my chest. That's like under my boob.
Am I?
Here, you gotta get it. I've been working out these lats for you not to measure them. Jesus.
Am I doing it right?
I don't know.
41. So I would say go with
just
the
under
medium.
the armpit. You're way too high. You're way too low. What? You are. If it's just under the armpit, you're way too low. Here, you gotta go. Come on, put some effort in here.
41. Also, wait, nope. 43.
43. I'm a 43, which is a large.
So that's 9 inches away from a 36 inches.
Thanks.
So I would
Appreciate
say.
that.
I'm looking at the size chart and I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah, so Fred the Mailman said 41 is on the cusp of medium and large, which is where I've lived my whole life. Right on the cusp.
All right, so then I would say go medium, UK Frog. Probably best.
You know nothing about those sizes.
It's 36 inches.
Yeah.
He is.
But do you know where that falls on a size chart?
Well, it's right here. But it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That's the body. I don't understand what that
Body width, full body length, neck circumference, and sleeve length. So I guess that would be body width, maybe?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, those numbers don't make sense.
You're going to get a small. Okay.
All this to figure out one shirt size.
You know what? We're all about customer service here at the Carla Marie Anthony Show. It doesn't really shrink. I'll be honest. I made my mom wash yesterday, and
Yeah, mine. I washed them with
we
this
washed
one.
last week too, and everything's fine.
And I will say, if you feel like cutting off the sleeves, always size up. What was that? What was that thing you did?
Danny said, oh man, I'm so sad. I start my new job Monday, and I have to start watching this show reposted.
Yeah, once people get back into like real offices, although I feel like when we worked in an office, even though we never had office jobs, the people who had like desk jobs at iHeartRadio, they were always watching things on their TVs. They weren't doing real work.
Says a lot.
They were listening to Spotify and they were watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
My brother's nodding. That's all
That's
he does.
Where does he work? You should tell everybody. Just kidding. Don't do that. So I need to read a text that I sent our friend Colleen when I was listening to the iHeart radio stations here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, where is it? Hold on.
I love this. Lisa said, I'm definitely watching on my second screen while I'm logged in on my laptop. And then it's Megan said, I'm watching from my new office.
It's awesome.
All right. What did you?
So I texted Colleen, who used to work for iHeart, New York. She worked for KTU. And I said, Light FM is playing The Weekend. I Can't Feel My Face. Is radio completely broken, or are we that old? And she said, we are that old.
No, I just think stations like Light FM have also realized like you can play some current songs or more current songs.
Okay, but here's the thing. So I've been listening to Elvis' show on Z100. And when they go to music, I'm like, what is this? And I put on KTU and I'm like, these are my jams.
Yeah. But I also, here's the interesting thing about a show like Elvis' show or, stations that consider themselves top 40. I don't think if they are music intensive shows, like Elvis' show, it doesn't really matter what songs he plays. He's playing one song or 3 songs an hour, right? Is what Elvis plays normally?
I don't know.
Something like that. 3 songs
more
an
than
hour.
that.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, people are listening to music on Elvis' show the same way they listen to commercials. They're just waiting for Elvis' team to come back. But if you're playing like a lot of music on a radio station and it's new music, I don't think you have an audience for that. I don't think there are people who are in their teens or early 20s very often saying, I need to listen to this radio station to hear the music I want to hear.
There were artists I had never heard of being played on Z100.
Well, you've also completely stopped listening to anything. You went full old person.
I did. But you would think like through TikTok, I would know these artists.
No, you hear the songs, but you might not actually know the
but I
artist.
didn't recognize it. Although they were playing Harry Styles, and I was like, I should probably listen to this album.
Let's see.
Go up for a second. Maria in Omaha said, I've watched you guys at work. I learned real quick it had to be with headphones.
Well, I think we're pretty safe sometimes, usually. Let's see.
Well,
no new music
we've
anymore.
talked about this. What is the...
What? Oh, there's a cut. It was something like after the age of 25, most people stop listening to new music.
Which is why when you play a game on the Morning Show podcast and you fill out the form, we ask what year you graduated high school, because that is a good frame of reference for us because even like asking what year you were born still will throw us off. We're like, okay, so you graduated high school in 2004. These are the songs you will probably know based on, we know that people know music the most in college and high school.
We don't want people showing up to play a game and just being completely blindsided. Or not even recognize, because people will get 0. We know that, but at least they normally recognize the songs, even if they don't know the title or the artist, right? We don't want you showing up and just being like, I have no idea what that is. That's not a fun game for anybody.
Lisa said, I went back this morning and listened to Tuesday's subs and sandwiches convo and was dying.
It was a good convo. What is going on in the chat here? Happy birthday from Christian Nicole. Thank you very much.
Yay. Oh, your birthday was this week. Happy.
You know what's weird? I feel like the hype cup, which is on the screen, it's that thing you see in the bottom corner. that says you look great. I feel like it's never gotten full since we used this new service. It like everything just bounces out. So and I'm not telling anyone that they have to,
Yeah, no.
if in the near future someone gifts a sub or subscribes themselves or gifts a bit, it'll just bounce out. And I feel like it's so underwhelming that it never actually gets full. I got to figure out how to fix that. But it is cool seeing all of the emotes in the background. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I feel like it makes it more vibrant.
Guys, this is cutting off.
Let's see. Since working from home, I don't listen to the radio anymore. Even in the car, I'll put on a podcast or Pandora.
Mm.
And that's why, whoa, UK Frog with 1,000 bits. Let's see, does it bounce out?
What?
And, it stayed. Maybe because 1,000 bits is heavier.
That's ridiculous.
So I think it does actually try to use some sort of like geometry or physics, I would say, not geometry.
Geometry, that's shapes.
Is geometry part of physics though?
Stop it. No, geometry is measurements.
I feel like they're related.
No, physics is...
Can you have physics without geometry?
Yes.
I don't think you can. Because without geometry, you don't have shapes. So what are you using in your physics?
You don't use shapes in physics.
but
It's about
there's no-
speed and weight.
Okay. And what are they doing? Where are they moving?
Because I remember
In a line, which is geometry?
No, we used our bodies in physics. We had to stand on that spinny thing.
Oh, look, the hundreds are bouncing out. So there is some sort of physics that goes on.
No, so we had to do that thing. You stand on the spinning thing, and when you put your arms in, you go fast, and when you put them out, you slow down.
I don't even know what you're talking
You didn't
about.
take physics 1 and 2.
No, I dropped out of physics. I left. Okay, this one stayed.
I had my physics teacher junior year of high school. Like I didn't even do math senior year. I had my math teacher say, "I think you're done. It's in your best interest. You don't need to take another year of math." I was like, "Thank you." My physics teacher was like, "Just take physics 2 with me. I'll make sure you pass," because he enjoyed having me in class.
My physics teacher, I want to say his name was Mr. Mitchell, but I'm pretty sure he almost accidentally killed himself my senior year because he was opening up a box with like a box cutter and sliced his leg. But where he sliced his leg was like his main artery.
Was it squirting?
But he was out of school for like 3 weeks. It was wild. And he came back and he was on
What
like
idiot cuts a box that way?
and he mentioned, he was like, guys, if I teach you anything in this class, when he came back, it's nothing about physics. Just cut away from your body.
Yeah. Don't do that. My chemistry teacher in high school had an explosion
He's
happen.
fine, by the way. I should say that right now.
He had an explosion happen, and it landed on a girl's shirt and burned holes in her shirt.
The chemistry teacher did?
That was fun.
Life as a teacher has got to be super. There's no, my brother
Thank you,
just,
Mike.
he
See, this is what we
fact-checked us.
need.
I know. I think Michael would be, if we had the budget, he'd be a good fact checker during our show.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we
You'd
say
be
all the
Stat
time.
Boy.
Okay, what did Stat Boy say?
Stat Boy said, Stat Man said, he's the Stat Man. Beep, bop, bop, bada, boop. He said that there is no relationship or correlation between physics and geometry. So they're independent studies of math.
Like right now, if someone put a physics exam in front of both of us, who do you think would do better?
Neither.
Zero. That is like the one thing I think we would,
Yeah. Let's see. Poppy July is in the house, who I might actually see when we're in Orlando.
What?
So July used to work with me at KTU, and he lives in Orlando now. So maybe for breakfast or something, because I know we don't leave till what 10:30.
10:45, but that's just a few days. Some days are 7 a.m.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Well, welcome to the chat. Let's see. My friend who's a math major in MIT said the most useless math is geometry.
And I think that's completely wrong because every
Why?
time I've been figuring out like stuff for a home and design, that's like kind of it's
like the most basic geometry though.
Yeah.
You're not doing like cosine and
cosine.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared,
That's algebra.
That's geometry. It's the Pythagorean theorem.
No, that's algebra.
Isn't it to figure out triangles? Wouldn't that be geometry? Thank you.
I think that's algebra.
Look it up, Statman.
We need you to search it first.
Statman, look it up. He's the Statman.
He can't work here if he doesn't have a hat on. Well, I don't have one on. Hold on. Yeah, that's algebra.
We're waiting for it.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared is algebra. Well, everyone's saying you need to look up a different Google.
So everyone's saying it in the chat. There you go. So the answer, according to my brother, is, or Statman, is...
No, he's got a new name.
What? Zaddy?
He'll take it.
So it is an algebraic equation that is used in some sort of Euclidean geometry. There you go. You just learned something today. Enjoy. Not only is he working for free, he spent money on our breakfast sandwiches.
Yep. He needs to do that, like Jill said.
You can read out what?
No, because you said it before already.
He needs to hum the beat dot dot bada bop while he researches. We'll just tell you that he's doing that. Let's see. Math Nerd here says, Lisa, and I made it up to calculus, but can't tell you one thing I learned. Yeah, I think that's most of us.
I know my calculus.
It says you plus me equals us. Don't even try.
Bam.
Don't even try to catch me with that.
I was going to finish it myself. But yeah, our breakfast sandwiches are there. They're so close to us.
You guys want to see the... Oh, I say let's see a lot. I got to say something while I'm reading this chat instead of just staring.
You do that. That is your crutch.
I've got to do something.
It used to be, all right.
Well, because Carlin Marie will just stop. She'll completely stop everything she does and read like this. So I have to say something to fill in the gap here. Yeah. Maybe if Carlin Marie was a better broadcaster. I could say that it's my birthday. Let's take a look. How about that? Is that different? I do want to talk about this story, though. It's on the side of the screen. $12 million job. If you could take any job in the world and make $12 million,
yeah,
you would do it, right?
Yeah.
So this story, apparently this has been going on for a while in Australia. There is some sort of heiress. Her father was a stockbroker or something like that, traded a bunch of stocks, and passed away and left her a $12 million fortune, or $12 million of his fortune.
Okay.
However, there was one stipulation. It was she had to have a consistent job and kind of contribute in some capacity to society.
Okay.
She has refused to do so.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll do it.
And she claims, and here's the thing.
Can she start her own business?
So, I don't know. But there's a family trust that is actually charged with making sure that she does this, making sure that his list of demands with his money is taken care of. Now, she claims she has a disability to keep her from getting a job. And her disability, according to her, is ADHD. She says she cannot concentrate on things, meaning she cannot get a job.
Yeah, neither can I.
and her wife, who they apparently live on welfare together in Australia, says that if it's not for having a to-do list, she forgets everything she has to do. And that's why she can't have a job.
You can literally work and...
But here's the thing. I think most people need a to-do list to not forget.
But also, like, you could work at a restaurant.
And that's the thing. She could do a number of things that would most likely qualify her for $12 million, and she has not done so. Now, she's still suing, and she hasn't said, I can't do that, I'm not taking the money. She has sued the trust for her $12 million and lost her lawsuit. Because apparently she hasn't had a professional opinion say, no, she can't work, she's disabled.
I can't.
It's just her and her wife who have decided on their own that she has ADHD and cannot have a job.
Said then half the world wouldn't be able to work.
And that's the thing. Between ADD and ADHD, you got a lot of people there.
I can't.
And the craziest thing to me is this woman has essentially a blank check, right? Or not a blank check, but a $12 million check to go out there and do just anything that she wants to do.
Yeah. Life as a Hike said, you could be a crossing guard and add to society, and the kids would keep her attention.
For while they're there. And then while they're not there, do whatever you want.
She can't work. How does she afford the lawsuit? Lenny said.
And here's the craziest thing, though. So she is on welfare, okay? And I feel like at some point, the welfare officer, right, the person who's like signing the checks and making sure it all goes through, has to look at this case and go, wait, you have $12 million just waiting for you if you do anything? Yeah. You're not on welfare anymore.
No. But we also don't know how extreme, like...
But here's the interesting thing. In her lawsuit, and it doesn't say it in this article, but in her lawsuit, I would imagine if she actually had a disability, knowing there were $12 million waiting for her. There was $12 million on the line. I can imagine that at least one lawyer in Australia would say, I will represent you. We'll find a professional that can diagnose you and say, hey, no, she can't work. And we'll get your $12 million and I'll take 10%. But if she wasn't able to even do that, I just don't know if I'm buying this case.
Helgene said, I have ADHD and I held a job for years. I was a server and a barista. There are jobs out there for almost everyone.
And that's the thing. I'm not trying to diminish the obstacle that ADHD can be to someone in their day-to-day lives or in their professional lives. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say the fact that this woman with ADHD, which is a thing that a lot of people have.
No one's asking her to be a surgeon.
Yeah. Contributing to society is anything you do
Contribute to society.
can contribute to society.
She could literally pick up garbage.
Yeah.
Off of the ground, like litter.
And get paid to do so. You need to find a job. It doesn't have to be a lot. And you get $12 million. Now, if you are a self-starter of some sort or just have some sort of motivation, I would assume you just find the thing you want to do, right? Like Carla Marie would go be a park ranger.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you'd get $12 million for being a park ranger, which is a job that is, laughably low wage considering what they do.
I'd wear my little ranger outfit and little ranger hat. I wouldn't even need to live in the ranger house because I'd have a mansion nearby, and it would be great.
You could have a chauffeur take you to your ranger job.
No, I will have a ranger vehicle.
You could have the chauffeur drive your ranger vehicle. You wouldn't even have to drive yourself. And when I say laughably low wage, every wage is great, but for what they do, it is unbelievably low what park rangers get paid for the most part.
Fred the mailman said her dad already knew she was a bum. That's why that money came with stipulations.
Exactly. And she's trying to now and she keeps in this article, she keeps being quoted saying, I just want what I deserve what's owed to me.
Here's the thing. It's not like someone just came to either of us right now and was like, hey, we'll give you $12 million if you get a job. She thought she was getting this money, didn't know there would be stipulations. That's the issue.
And then this is the other part of the quote of saying, I just want what's owed to me or what I deserve, is that money that your father made is actually not owed to you.
No.
At all. And there was actually a time when this country was being founded, the idea of inheritance was actually like one of the sticking points, because there were people who thought that you shouldn't even be able to inherit things from your parents.
So where do they expect the money to go?
Every person would have to make their money and their living for themselves. And it would go to the government, and the government can then redistribute it, or it'd be distributed among the people.
I mean, honestly,
which
that makes sense. But also, like, I'm saying that as someone who is not going to be given $12 million.
Yeah, but here's the other part of that. If you were in a position, Carla Marie, where your parents had jobs that were making millions and millions of dollars and had because when you have a job like that, generally speaking, you have connections, right? If you can't benefit from your parents' connections that they have made,
that's true.
Do you deserve to benefit from the money that they have made?
No.
And I don't know if it's an easy yes or no, but the fact that this woman in Australia feels like she is owed money for doing absolutely nothing is kind of crazy. But the idea, $12 million job.
I'll be honest though, if I had that much money and I was leaving it to my family, they would 100% have stipulations.
Oh yeah.
I would be like, you can't get this money until you visit every national park and pick up X amount of litter.
So they go on vacation and get your money.
Here's the thing. They'd be like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
What family? Are they like your actual family right now?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about your children?
I'm saying if I died right now and had $12 million to leave all the rest of my family.
Yeah.
My parents would get some because I can't expect them to hike all the national parks.
That's fair.
But the rest of them would be like, I don't think I can make it.
I think the first thing I would do if I was given that much money is I would calculate how much money I have cost my parents. And I would pay that back first. Yeah. Like here's, I don't know, a couple $100,000. How much does a kid?
A lot.
Is it $1 million?
No, not yet. It'll be.
I don't think I lived $1 million lifestyle. Like I don't think my parents had $1 million, like that kind of money to spend on me.
Yeah, but think about it. They had a medical.
Plus inflation.
And medical, like just you being on their insurance, living in the house, eating their food.
Yeah.
College.
A million says 83 Marie Smith. Isn't there always a number that comes out every year?
So
like
kids are $1 million. Guess what?
But isn't there a number that comes out every year? It's like for you to raise your kid from birth to 18, it will cost you
Oh,
this much money.
Statman said something. Stat
Okay.
Zaddy.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, why are they talking about raising kids? They raise plants. The average cost of raising a child to age 18 was $233,000 and $233,610
That's the
as
average.
of 2015. But
Like, what are
things-
those kids doing? And
things
then
are way more expensive now.
you got to at least double that. And you know they're not leaving at 18.
Yeah, but that's at that point, that's everyone else's problem.
No, but I'm saying, like, you're
Because you're not raising a child anymore, you're raising an adult.
okay,
raising
but you
raising
were
a
talking about
child-
the amount of money your parents spent
Yes.
on you, right? So, did they buy your Jeep?
Yeah, I put money down, but they also help pay for it as well.
College?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of money. With an annual adjustment for inflation, 2.2% each year factored in, born in 2022, a child could cost $272,000.
Definitely more than that.
So $250,000 essentially for each child.
Daycare in Seattle is like $4,000 a month.
How many kids has your dad
Fathered?
raised/fathered?
All of us, there's 7. The amount that have
And he was responsible for all 7 at some point.
yeah, I mean, and the amount that like he literally, I was gonna say he birthed. He didn't do that, but 5.
He
But
yeah.
still, he raised
fathered 5.
but he was raising 7 kids.
That's
for
crazy.
Sure.
Imagine how much money your dad would have if he didn't have all those kids to take care of. Silly move.
I don't have money and I don't have 7
Silly
kids,
move.
so I don't know.
Well, you don't have a real job right now, so that's part of it as well.
I mean, there was
Hashtag buy our shirts.
something-
What?
I was gonna look something up about kids. No, I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, yes. So our friend Ellie, who normally cat sits for me and will be next week, sent me a screenshot of the cost of her apartment in Seattle now. She moved out. She's been
Okay.
moved out, has a home, whatever. We all live in the same building. Her apartment is available for rent for $4,135. And they're furnishing them if you want
In
it.
that building?
Yeah. So I'm like, let's just like, how much can we rent the house for?
That's
5?
a lot of money. I mean, there's amenities in the apartment, but they're not worth that much.
You don't have your own property.
I'm just trying to compare it to like renting your house. There's no amenities in your house.
But this is a 2-bed, 2-bath. All right. So I have 2-bed, 2.5 bath, a rooftop.
You're screaming into
Sorry.
the microphone.
A rooftop and an outside area. What am I? $10,000 a month. Come on in.
That's $4,000 a month.
That's her exact apartment.
It's like a pretty average building. It was an okay building. I liked it when I
There was
lived there.
dog pee everywhere.
Yeah, that's the dog owner's fault though. That's not necessarily the apartment whatever fault. Ownership group's fault. Or management fault is what I was thinking of. $4,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
In a building.
And the
that's
crazy
10,
thing is
15
someone
years
was
old.
literally just shot outside of that apartment this weekend.
What?
Yeah. In one of the homeless encampments, someone was murdered
What?
Yeah.
Where? What
on
street?
on 14th and 56th.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Does she know that?
Her husband posted about it, so probably.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know if I'm paying $4,000 for someone to be murdered outside of my home. That's kind of crazy. But $4,000 for an apartment in general is nuts.
$3,000 for a studio in Scottsdale. But you can like buy, and here's what's crazy is you can also buy a house in the Scottsdale area for way.
I mean, maybe not anymore.
No, you're right. I don't know.
That's Brooklyn prices, says Lenny from Queens. My rent just... Here's the interesting thing about rent increases. Is every year when I lived in this building that's now $4,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and keep in mind, I had a 1-bedroom, or I had not mine wasn't a studio, but it also wasn't like a full 1-bedroom. It was like this weird in between. I paid just under $2,000 before I left. So
Yeah.
that same apartment now is probably like $2,800.
Yeah, mine was like 22 with parking
It's crazy.
because I paid
Yeah.
$100 a month to park.
Let's see.
Yeah, she said someone was shot there.
Yeah. I read the news. I know things. No, but the interesting thing about apartments is or rentals in general, every year after my lease was getting ready to expire, they'd come to me and say, "Hey, we'd like to renew your lease. Here's the rent increase. It'll
I would
cost you this much."
negotiate.
And I would always negotiate. And at one point they tried to get me over $2,000. It was gonna be like $2,300 originally, and I said, I'm not signing this lease for over $2,000. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And I even said to them, and this is something that I think a lot of people are pointing out now because rents are going through the roof. But I would always say, well, what has changed? What has changed in this building? If anything, it's gotten worse since I moved in here. What am I paying more for?
Mm-hmm.
And then the property owner will normally tell you, well, taxes go up and things like that go up. But I also don't get any of the benefits of owning that property. Therefore, that is something that you should handle, not me. Kind of like the house I live in now.
Well, I will say our mortgage is going up $100 a month. And that's for, I guess, like taxes or whatever. So
Sucks to be you.
But like if someone was renting, I'd probably be like, hey, it's gonna go up $100 a month. But I wouldn't be like raising it $500.
But here's the interesting thing, and as a homeowner or landowner, you can do whatever you want, I guess. But the interesting thought is, okay, your mortgage goes up $100 a month, and the person who's renting from you could pay that, but at the same time, they're not getting the benefits that you are getting from paying a mortgage. Right? They don't get the long term. They can't take a loan against your house. They can't do all of those things. They're not building up their credit. They're just paying rent.
Yeah.
So to a degree, it's like, well, how many things do you benefit from that someone else is paying for is the question. And at what point do they just say, I don't benefit the same way you do. I shouldn't have to have the same responsibility that you do.
I guess it depends how much extra money I was making, right? If I was like kind of just breaking even, then I'd obviously need to charge them. But so I just looked up the apartments in our old building, right? My floor, which was the top floor, which like people actually enjoyed living in because you're close to the roof and you don't have people above you. An apartment 200 square feet smaller than mine, starting at $2,400. Okay.
Wait, why was the other one 4,000 then?
2-bedroom.
Oh, it's 2-bedroom. Okay.
And same thing, $2,400 for the one that is my size. $2,483. No, $2,500. It is not worth living there.
It's crazy.
No, oh my God. No, look, $520. I was $620.
Okay. So the one above, the one below you.
$2,600.
And for the record, we were not paying these prices when we lived there at all. And a lot of rental companies too. A lot of these big buildings that own, or big companies that own multiple buildings around the country. A lot of people during the pandemic left cities and left apartments to go with their family in the suburbs or buying places in the suburbs. So just like the airlines, it's another industry that is trying to recoup money that they lost during the pandemic.
And that's an 11-month lease. So they're going to dick you over in 11 months.
That's crazy.
Also, so that means it went up $400 to $500 a month in not even 3 years.
Yeah. Let's see. My co-op is 800 square feet. After mortgage and maintenance, I'm paying close to $2,000. That's crazy.
This is nuts.
Meg, I pay $1,100 for a 1-bedroom basement on Long Island. I'm very lucky. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That's why, like, I have so many friends of him. Like, why don't you move back home? And I'm like, I have for the most, right? Like, I have a controlled. Right now is not the time to be moving anywhere, anywhere. Oh yeah, and first and last month's security.
Yeah,
you're literally paying $10,000 to move into.
Well, and this is one of the other problems with that specific, the first and last month security, is before I moved to Seattle, right? I had a salary when I moved to Seattle that I could afford living in a decent apartment. Nothing crazy, but decent. What I didn't have though, because I knew what was promised to me in my salary, what I didn't have was enough savings where that was an easy thing to do because I was in debt when I moved from New York. I mean, I was making like not a lot of money working for iHeartRadio in New York City. So I was in debt, and it's crazy because you have a job that can pay the rent, but you're also being handcuffed a little bit and even punished because of your past, even though you have enough coming in to pay for that type of life. It's a real weird and kind of messed up situation. But we are not going to end this on the negative note of how housing is incredibly expensive. You said something.
Are we going to end it on...
Grab one of the sandwiches. Let's show the people who don't know Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches what it's all about. I mean, I guess we did a stream about this, but this is like a real bagel store bagel.
Were fake ones.
Yeah, I figured. My mom took some of mine.
The heck out of me.
Bam. Look at that goodness. Can't wait for this. Show is over. Vacation is activated. Well, vacation from Twitch. We will still be on the podcast, doing the morning show podcast. Carla Marie, ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Peace out. See you guys on July 5th. And you can hear us from now and then on the morning show podcast.
Don't forget to order your merch.
Yeah, by the time we're back on here, merch store is closed.